Welcome to Scale King. In today's video, we want to talk about why word of mouth isn't sustainable in 2025. So a lot of old school companies, they still rely on word of mouth. Now, if you don't have a big brand, like a big company that everybody knows of, then word of mouth isn't sustainable in 2025. So if you are a company that wonders, when is my next client coming? When am I going to grow? When am I going to land that next client? You don't have a strategy. You are relying on hope, and hope equals word of mouth. Okay? We're living in a fast-paced world. There's no time to wait for word of mouth. You can't go to your clients and tell them, listen, if we did good work for you, would you please refer us to your other clients? Yes, you can. But that sounds like you don't have any clients. And your clients doesn't want to work with someone that doesn't have clients, because that signals red flags to them, okay? So companies that still solely rely on word of mouth and doing good business, that's great. Getting a client over here is great. Getting a client over there from word of mouth, that's great. That tells a lot about your company. But word of mouth is a reward rather than solely focusing on word of mouth, because your competitors already have a funnel. They are already using the best systems out there to build their funnels, to source people with outbound strategies. Okay, so outbound strategies, that's where the money is at. Okay, you can't build an entire empire with word of mouth. There's always sales and marketing at play, especially in 2025. Okay, so one thing that word of mouth creates, it creates a feast or famine cycle. And a lot of companies are stuck in this feast or famine cycle. They feast when they have a lot of people in their pipeline through word of mouth, but when it dries up, they panic, and that's when famine struck. That's why it's so important to make sure all bases are covered and that you actually have a funnel, different funnels that source different leads from different places. And you've got a system that can take them to the destination, which is becoming your client. All of this is a reward. Word of mouth is a reward. But when things dry up, that's where a lot of companies fail and where they crash, is because they don't have a funnel strategy and they aren't utilizing platforms available to them in 2025. Now, another thing that word of mouth is doing to companies in today's day and age is it creates a lack of market visibility. Now, what does this mean? Okay, if the only people that know about your company is the people in your network, then you have a problem, because that's the only people that know about you. So the only clients that you can source is within the small bubble. Okay, and there's a massive bubble outside, and that's where your competitors hang out. They hang out here, and that's why they grow, because they do focus on the small bubble inside, but they also have soldiers inside the big bubble. So what I'm trying to say over here is the competitors of people only relying on word of mouth is building machines, and those machines are coming for those smaller companies, okay? Because this network, this small bubble, these other companies working in the bigger bubble, they've got their soldiers inside here, and those soldiers are coming for that small bubble as well, okay? So market visibility is the biggest resource in 2025, okay? So how can companies only relying on word of mouth step out of their comfort zone and get soldiers inside the big bubble? Okay, now this comes down to platforms. Okay, so there's social media. The biggest lead sourcer would be ads. Okay, Google ads. When someone is searching for that solution, you pop up. Okay, that's a soldier right there. The same with ads, because you're putting bait in front of people Targeted. That's what you want. Not random, targeted. And you feed them the bait. And with that bait, they get in to the funnel. If you don't have a funnel, then you've got a problem. Because that's how things work outside of word of mouth. It works with funnels, okay? And the same with email lists, the same with cold outreach, the same with any other data you have from people that showed interest to your company before, okay? If you aren't utilizing that, your competitors are coming for the small bubble, the network that you are in. So if it's not some sort of secret society where the whole network has its own entire economy and it's sustainable and there's people joining the secret society all the time, then it's just gonna be time before this small bubble dries out, okay? And another thing is, buyers in 2025, even if it's products, if it's services, if it's B2B, if it's B2C, they are always looking at the loudest voice. Whoever screams the loudest, they go to the loudest voice. Why? Because the loudest voice actually has something to say, something to give. Okay? That's what they want. They want to hear what the loudest voice has to say. And they want to see what the loudest voice has to give. If you don't have a voice, stuck in the bubble, you've got a problem. That's not what you want. That is danger zone. So make sure you utilize all the platforms available. Make sure you've got strategies and funnels to create that voice of your company. Because word of mouth is unpredictable. There's a client coming in, there's 3 months where no client comes in. So you have to keep on hunting in 2025 and make sure you've got all your bases covered for success. Now the last thing that I want to focus on one of the negatives of word of mouth and why it's killing companies in 2025 is it's not allowing the business to ask premium pricing. If you've got a referral from someone in your network, it's normally a favor that's being done. Go to these guys, I'll refer you to these guys. They're going to give you the best price. And that's a problem. Because now you've got to do a $10,000 job, but you get a referral that only pays you $5,000, okay? The same energy, what you're worth, but because of the favor of word of mouth, you're always going to be priced below what you actually deserve, okay? So this is what you want to look out for, especially when you're only focused on word of mouth. You want to make sure you don't fall into the trap. You want to expand your perspective. You want to expand your knowledge on what's happening in 2025, okay? How funnels work. Make sure you've got a funnel for socials, funnel for Google, funnel for cold outreach, funnel for everything. LinkedIn, the same. Have a funnel and be active on all platforms so that your voice gets louder. Don't be stuck in the word of mouth trap. Not in 2025. That's not what you want. That's not how you're going to grow. And that is where you're going to stay in this bubble. And this bubble is going to get all smaller and smaller and smaller. While the big bubble is getting filled by your competitors. And they are the ones that's going to rise above and beyond. And eventually take this bubble into their bubble. That's all from my side. Remember to like this video and subscribe to this channel. If you have any other sales and marketing topics that you want me to cover, let me know in the comments and I'll get to work. I'll see you in the next video.